Hey, everybody. Welcome to Everything Philly Podcast, your platform for information, entertainment, and hitting some hard topics. I'm Sharice.
And I'm Patrice.
And today we are diving into girl boss moves. I'm joined by two powerful women who are making things happen here in the city. So without further ado, I'd like to first introduce this young lady. She's a former Little League sensation, a Hampton University graduate. I'm from Virginia, my hometown. Columbia University, Masters. And she has been recently drafted by Los Angeles WPBL, which is the Women's Professional Baseball League. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is amazing. I also have with me Kristen. It's my longtime girlfriend. Kristen, she got a lot going on. She is a clinical manager, caterer, event stylist, scent curator, and home care agency owner, aka serial entrepreneur. Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome.
Yes. So we're just going to jump right in, Monet. And I just want to start off, coming from Philly, you don't hear on the average girls that look like us that want to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So where did the whole idea of playing baseball come in when there was like so many other sports that typically our young ladies kind of gear towards?
Yeah, I mean, first it started with basketball because I have an older brother, so I used to think everything that he did was probably the coolest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So he started with basketball, and then I started with basketball, and then my cousin, he also played basketball and baseball at Marion Anderson Rec Center down in South Philly. So he was down there at a game, and I just went down there to watch him play, and all of his friends were there, so we were playing football in the outfield after the game, and I was just throwing the ball like normal because that's just what I was doing. That's anything I would do. Like whenever I was around just sports, I would always just throw a ball. And so the coach came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, you have a really good arm. You know, we're putting together a 7-8U team. You know, I would love for you to come out." And so I knew who he was just because my cousin, and then my mom, like, when she found out, she was like, "No, like, it's all boys. My daughter's not playing with all boys." I was her only girl at the time, so she was like, "Absolutely not." And so it was around fall time, so then basketball season came up, and she finally, like, "All right, you can play basketball," because she knew I love basketball. So she let me go out there play basketball, and then, you know, with that team, our coach always says, if you're going to play one sport, you need to play all three. So we did basketball, baseball, and soccer together. So while we have basketball practices throughout the week, Saturday mornings we'd have baseball practices. And then we'd have soccer practices sometime throughout the week too. So we were just always constantly playing 3 sports year round. And then over time, you know, just once you enjoy something, you're going to keep wanting to get better at it. And so I just kept practicing baseball, and you know, shout out to Coach Steve, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be here just by him allowing us to play all 3 sports.
And I hear, Pat, you gave me a stat about this throw.
Oh yeah,
Monet.
70 mile per hour arm. Like,
Yes.
that's incredible.
And that comes
And
from
the
all that
awesome
practice.
Yeah.
Curveball throw. Right?
Yeah, just practicing on my own, practicing with Coach Steve. I remember we would like break down film of professional baseball pitchers, and then looking at, you know, us throwing and just comparing them. Like, all right, this is what he does, so this is what we need to do in order to do this. So just simple film studies, you know. All athletes know studying film can help you become way better than, you know, a way better athlete. So we'd always just break it down and just go little by little, especially in the wintertime when, you know, you're just kind of focusing on what you need to work on. So that's really it, just breaking down the mechanics and fixing my mechanics.
I saw a picture of you mid-throw, and I was like, dang, your arm was like way back here. Like, it was like compacted. I was like, yeah, no wonder that joint is going 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, get more whip on it. When you get more whip, that helps come a little faster out your hand, yeah.
When did you know? When was that moment when you were like, you played the 3 sports? When did you know, like, baseball, this is it? This is where it's at?
Never. Like,
Never?
Baseball just wasn't, like, growing up, it wasn't my favorite sport to play.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with my teammates. I enjoyed learning about the game, but I never wanted to be a professional baseball player. Like, that was never in my goals growing up. I always wanted to be a WNBA player. So just, I mean, I guess just taking time away from the sport. When you take time away from things and then you come back to it, you kind of find that love again. And I think that's, once this league came up, that's when I kind of started to slowly find the love. I took 5 years off from it. So I never really, like I said, I never wanted to be a professional baseball player. That was never in my goals and my dreams. I know other people like, oh, you should be the first woman in the MLB, and I'm like, no, I'm okay. I have my other dreams. I never wanted to follow what other people would tell me to do, just because I'm living my life. You had your chance to live your life, so you can do whatever you want to do. But it wasn't something that I dreamt of, but I did always enjoy it. I always was a fan of the game. I still love to watch the game, but that 5-year period I had off was just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do.
But at 13, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
That's when I really truly love like playing baseball, but
Okay.
I didn't want to like that. My mind wasn't set on going to the MLB.
So I read that in the white community, you're considered a novelty.
Okay.
In the black community, you're considered a cultural icon. How you navigate that?
Just staying myself. I feel like that's how I got here in the first place, not changing for anybody. No matter what door I walk in, just continue on being me. I feel like I kind of got, growing up, I went to a predominantly white high school, and then freshman year of college, I go to Hampton, all 4 years of Hampton. So just being able to navigate both spaces and, just sticking true to who I am, that's the reason why I'm here. So never changing that.
Are you seeing any cultural stereotypes about women in sports that you'd like to address or that you feel like need to be addressed?
I feel like for young black women, I feel like we need more in the sports industry and the sports world. Because I feel like growing up for me, you only saw like women playing the sport, but not really seeing women behind the scenes. So I feel like getting more women behind the scenes on the sports teams, I think that'll change a lot. I always say women and black women are natural born leaders, so they need us. The world needs us in order to make things go well, to push forward women in general. So I think having more black women behind the scenes for some of these.
High five. Because I like to say that this past spring, summer, I coached baseball, the Mount Airy AA team this year. And I was like the only black woman coach, well, assistant coach. I wasn't the head coach. But, I mean, it was fun, going to the games and stuff. Like, it was mostly men, black and white men. And then it was like, I think I saw like one white woman. But I loved it. Like, it was amazing, like, to help the kids and, helping them with their form. It's like, no, stand like this. Don't be afraid of the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was really cool. So, like, I totally agree with that.
And I'll never forget, I'm not going to say anyone's names, but she is a sideline reporter for a team. And she was saying how when she first got to that team, like, no one would speak. Like, no good morning, no hello. And so she said her goal by the end of that season was to make sure that everyone that walked into any space that they were in, that they would say hello and good morning. And she said that completely changed everything. And now, the players give her respect. So that's just something only black women would actually do. Like, my mom always told me, when you come into someone's space, you speak. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, you speak. So I feel like hearing that story, especially with the organization that she worked with and how she could change that when these men are getting millions and millions and millions of dollars, like, just that small little gesture can change a lot.
So in one of your walk-ups, I noticed that you were using the music of my favorite rapper, Jay-Z. Do you have a Boss Up playlist?
No.
Like, what's that? Do you have a song that you play just before you maybe get out there on the field, or
It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, if I feel like, like I got a lot of things going through my mind, I kind of play calm songs. Like in high school, I'd always play Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. I don't know why, but I would always listen to that.
It's a good song.
Yeah, and it would just like calm me down. That would just like get me locked in, like, all right, like, you can determine the outcome of this game. So just listen to that. That's what that reminded me of. But I feel like once I got a little older, I started listening to more to Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, and then just some of the Jay-Z songs. It just gave me that like that vibe of being when I like being younger in the car. My stepdad would always play Jay-Z going to school, and that would give me that moment of like, this is why I started playing sports. Like this is the moment where I used to love this sport. So like it kind of brings me back to that and allows me to just have fun. Like go out there, have fun. Don't take this too seriously.
Do you feel like attending the HBCU has kind of taught you how to like navigate this predominantly white sport?
Yes and no. I feel like my coach, he allowed us to, at such a young age, he instilled in us, like, always, you know, you win with class, you lose with class. You're respectful to everyone, empathy. So he taught us a lot of values. Also, just to never be to always be ourselves, never try to change. So he taught us that when we were younger, and then going to an HBCU, they also at Hampton they taught me that as well, is to continue on being myself. So just kind of it was more of a giving me that reassurance and that confidence to just walk into these spaces and, you know, not only just be myself but also help change those spaces, you know, in a positive way. So when I used to, you know, work for the Dodgers, every time I would get in the morning, I would always say hello. I would always, if I see someone just too tense or, you know, look like they're stressing out, I'd always like, hey, let's go for a walk or let's play a game, just so, you know, they know like, yeah, we have deadlines, but you're a human. You're allowed to take some breaks, get yourself together, because if you're feeling one way, that could spread to everyone else. So just being confident in my work specifically is what Hampton definitely taught me.
Bachelor's degree, master's degree, playing ball. How you juggling ball and books?
I truly don't know how I did it, but I feel like when you do it for so long, you understand. And so we'd always, every time a report card would come out, our coach would ask for it. And if your grades weren't good, you'd be sitting out. And everyone knew if you were sitting out, it was for a reason, because everyone has report cards around the same time. So it was always school then sports. So that was always my mindset: school then sports, school then sports. And even in college, like there'd be times where I'd be like, hey, like I'm gonna be late. I'm meeting with the teacher. I gotta get this figured out, because the reason why I went to college is to get my degree. So there's no reason to change that, as you know, now that I don't have my mom around, my stepdad, I don't have these adults around me to like get me on track. It was just, you got to figure it out your own self. So just making sure that you know why you're there. And I was there because of my degree. Now I wanted to get my degree. I wanted to make sure senior year was easy for me, that I didn't have to stress out and, you know, run around towards the, you know, last few months of school. So I just, being instilled that at such a young age just helped me a lot.
Now, has your speed increased? Like now that you're older and, you know, have played for so long, since you were 13? Like, is it?
I don't know. You talking about like pitching wise? I don't know. I haven't been, you know, clocked pitching wise. I messed my arm up, so I'm kind of getting back into the flow of that. So I haven't really been clocked just yet. But we'll see. Maybe by the end of the winter time, maybe. But I'm not quite sure yet. So I'll get back to you on that.
I'm going to say that it has.
It will when I really start lifting weights.
Yeah.
So going to LA, what's one thing from Philly that you take with you to LA?
Steak, cheese
What?
steak.
No, that's the next one.
Okay.
I feel like whenever you're out of Philly, people can always tell
that you're from Philly.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I
like,
agree with that.
Just like being me, like that's really it, and you know, bringing that Philly grit out to wherever. So we're gonna be in Springfield, Illinois. So bringing that Philly grit there, and you know, when you're playing in Philly, when you grow up in Philly, if you're doing horrible, they're gonna tell you. If you're doing great, they're gonna tell you. So you know, just remembering that, and you know, bringing that to wherever I go, and just always represent this city, because this is the city that made me who I am.
Cheesesteaks or LA taco trucks?
I actually haven't had tacos out there, so I'll probably say I'm gonna go cheesesteaks.
I'm just checking to see where you're going. If you are to give black girls, young black girls who have a dream but maybe lack the resources or the access, what would you tell them? What would you encourage them? How would you encourage them?
To never stop, that things aren't going to be easy. You know, nothing's ever, especially being black, nothing's ever handed to you. And also using, you know, Google as a resource. You might not have like the physical resources in person, but doing the research online could help you find so many people, and it could also put you in a different room than you thought you would never be in. I feel like in college they always taught us, you know, LinkedIn is a key. It's a website called Teamwork. And then also just looking around your city and seeing like events that are going on and putting yourself in those spaces and meeting those different people. That could also help you build your resources. But nothing's ever easy. Nothing's ever going to be given to you. The journey's going to be super wild. It's going to be super crazy. So just never stop, because, you know, that moment you decide you want to stop could have, you know, the next day could have been the day where everything just opens up for you. So never stop, and, you know, to always just put your all into it.
Is it true that you want to own your own WNBA team and you want to be a GM?
Yeah.
So tell me about, like, what's that navigation like? Because that's big, that's major.
Yeah.
And you're really talking about black woman in not only just a predominantly white corporate style, but also man.
Yeah.
We're usually like a man type of.
Yeah.
So
No, it's hard. It's very hard, but like I said, using those resources. So with the WNBA team coming to Philly, Wanda Sykes, she's from here. She also went to Hampton, so trying to get that connection through her, because I know she has some type of part in the team that's coming here. So trying to get in contact with her and just using, you know, those resources down at Hampton. Instagram, she recently followed me on Instagram, so reaching out on Instagram to try to, you know, set up some type of meeting to get in there and just be genuine, you know, going into that meeting, just being genuine of, you know, my intentions and wanting to, you know, bring, you know, that Philly flavor to the league. There's a lot of Philly athletes, Philly basketball players that are in the league now, so, you know, bringing the Philly vibe to the league is just, you know, it would be huge. The fan base here is amazing, so just want to put myself in positions to, you know, make that happen. So if I need to travel somewhere, drive 3 hours, take a plane somewhere to have a meeting, I'm willing to do that, because that's just something that, you know, it's been my dream and I want to make it happen.
So, young black girl, your jersey is hanging up at the National Baseball Hall of Fame. When people look at that, what's the story that you would like them to take away from that?
The story, I'd probably say I was just a little girl from South Philly who loved playing a sport with her friends, and I was just out there having fun. And just always staying true to the grind and staying true to who you are. Because a lot of my teammates, you know, they've seen me, everything that I've done in Little League, they've seen me do it before. And they've never discredited me. I always give them all the credit, because they have put full trust in me in big time games. They put confidence in me during the game, before the game, even after the game. So just know that I was a little girl out there just having fun, playing sports, doing something that I love, and, you know, I was able to be rewarded from it. There was times I wanted to quit, because there was a summer my mom and my family, they went to amusement parks every weekend, and like I'm like, I want to go, like that seemed like it would be fun for me, but I was always playing baseball, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of baseball. I probably was going through a little slump, couldn't get a hit or something, but just staying true to it, you know, seeing it through. I think like the next year is when Little League happened, so, you know, never stop believing in yourself.
Awesome. Well, that was good. Thank you.
Of course.
But I want you to stick around.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Because we have another woman powerhouse in the building. And I'd like to introduce again Kristen, serial entrepreneur. Welcome, Kristen, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know where to start, because she got she's like a Jamaican. She got like 25 jobs. Like, so briefly tell me, you built multiple businesses, all like within the community. Your community is the core. of your businesses. Talk to me about like how did that start?
So it started K Medicine Creations, which is my event stylist business. That started just being creative, and of course having my daughter and doing like, I did my own baby shower, I decorated her first birthday party, and I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And then people, you know, family were like, oh, my daughter's having a sweet 16, can you do balloons? And oh, somebody's having a baby shower, can you do? And looking back then, it was corny like back then, but that's where it all started. And one of my close girlfriends, her daughter was turning 16, and that was like my first big job. She was like, you know, I want to hire you. It was like an indoor-outdoor party, and that was like my first big party. And then one day, I'll never forget, I just went on Facebook and said, I think I want to make this like my business, and I named it after my daughter. Her middle name is Madison, and both of our names start with a K. So I was like K Madison Creations, and it started from there. And that was about, she's 26, I think, so that was like 10 or 11 years ago.
I remember.
And it just grew from there.
So a little backstory. I remember Kristen and I met when I was pregnant with my son, and I used to come to the pizza place and get pizza all the time. And she was always so mean, never just smile, never smile. But it was something about her, like it never offended me or anything. I was just like, all right, whatever.
That's a Philly woman for you.
And then found out later on, like I hated that damn job. But and then I went to get my hair done, like a little bit later. I went to get my hair done. I'm like, I saw her in the back of the salon. I'm like, I know her from somewhere. And I was like, downtown, the pizza place. She was like, yeah. So I was getting my hair done, and I think one day the hairstylist that was doing my hair couldn't do it. And I saw you curl somebody's hair, and I was like, I want her to do my hair.
And
so
we've
I started
ever since.
And it's been on for that, and that's been like 20. Well, you didn't even have a car then.
I didn't have Kai, and she's 18, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's been a minute.
And
So
Sharice
that's the
even
little.
turned me on to you.
Yeah.
She was like, go get your hair done. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually turn you on to every hairstylist.
Did you know, not every, I would say two. Two good ones.
I forgot I even did hair just that fast.
Yes. I don't even think I added that on there. I didn't add hair.
We won't have to
hairstylist.
won't have to promote that.
Yes, I know. You only have certain kinds. So, how did you come up? So you got the K Madison Creation, but then there's like 4 more businesses after that.
So after K Medicine Creations, one day I just decided, a friend of mine was like, why don't you, because I always been in the medical field. I started as a PCT tech.
Okay.
So and I know like home cares was like kind of popular. So I honestly was doing it just off of like, oh, you can make some money, so, you know, good money with the home care. So I started the process. At the time, it wasn't. I had the license. I had the license for about 6 years. And it wasn't really like lucrative because I couldn't take patients because of the insurance situation. It was like you had to have private pay, and me just having so much going on, I just didn't feel like the headache of taking on private pay patients because it's like all you. So from there I just started that, and it was like kind of like on hold, but I still was a PCT tech. So from there I've been a PCT tech for about 18 years.
What's the PCT tech?
Oh, so patient care tech. So it's dialysis. So basically a patient dialysis technician. I was there for about 18 years, and from there I started training all the new hires for like the region. So about 8 to 10 clinics. Every time they hire somebody, I would train them. So I wasn't working the floor with the patients. I was just strictly training. And then from there, we got a new director of operations, and she met with me, and she was like, you know, you've been here for a long time. What's your end goal? And I was like, well, I would like to one day be a clinical manager. And she was like, okay, let's make that happen. And I like, when I say owe her so much, because like I wouldn't be in this position without her. She actually gave me career development for about 6 months. And at the time, the clinic that I was at, that particular manager, she was on leave. So I kind of like filled in, and my manager says, like to this day, like the one thing that stuck out was like I never asked to be compensated for the work that I did, because to me, like everything I learned, I would just go back to the clinic and just practice. So I was kind of like running the clinic, but I wasn't actually the manager. So then when that current manager, she actually resigned, and she was like, well, now that, because I was up for another position at a different clinic. I had an interview and everything, and they wanted me, but then when the current manager resigned, she was like, wait, I'm gonna have to steal you back. And she was like, because I trained you, like, how would you feel working under me? I'm like, I would absolutely love it. So I went through the interview process, and I got hired, and I've been a clinical manager for about a little over a year.
Nice.
Clinical manager. K-Max creation. Then, home care agency.
Right. So then the home care agency, I just really started being able to like take patients. I'm still slow walking it though because I have so much going on and it's a lot. So it's still there, but I'm slow walking it. Maybe later on, once I stop doing something, then I'll like maybe when I get a little older. But I'm forever gonna like have the license. Like I'm not gonna get rid of it because it's definitely lucrative. And I enjoy my patients.
It's like a home care.
So basically,
agency,
it's like patients that need assistance, whether it's like washing them up, whether it's feeding them, whether it's just people that need with disabilities or they just can't fend for themselves and may not have family or may have family, and I will hire like the staff that will take care of them.
Oh,
so
nice.
right.
And scent curator.
So I had a Valentine last year, and I was like, I want to make perfume. So I said, I want all my guests to make perfume. So, every time I do an event for my friends, it just has to be everything top notch. So I'm like, okay, I want to make perfume. So when my friends came, we made perfume. It was a mess. Oil was everywhere. It was just, we were just having fun with it. So another friend of mine, I actually have a partner. I have a co-owner with the Nose Bar. It's called the Nose Bar. That's what the business is called. It's a mobile nose bar. And she was like, well, let's do a perfume business. I'm like, are you serious? Because I'm always ready to jump ship. I'm like, really? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And next thing I know, she sent me a logo. She sent me a name. I said, okay. And for it to not even have been a year, like we did so many events, weddings. Like we have a wedding coming up next year in Boston. We have a wedding coming up in the Rockefeller Center in New York. So it's really, really good. It's good and it's fun. It's really fun. Just creating sense. Like I don't even buy perfume anymore. I just make my own.
I'm coming to you.
Okay. I should have bought some for
I was
sample.
thinking that was
I
going to be my next
should have. I wasn't
question,
even
right? Because
thinking.
You smell good.
Thank you.
I was gonna
And I
ask
do have
you.
one of those bar right now.
Well, we will definitely talk about how we can get that.
Yes.
Caterer.
So, I love so growing up.
I wasn't lying when I said serial entrepreneur. Like,
So growing up, my mom, she worked a lot. So I was the oldest, so I always cooked. So I cooked breakfast, lunch, dinner. I always was the one that would cook. My dad, he's a really, really good cook. So just like, growing up with him as well, like he would show me like how to do things. He's a vegetarian. You would never know his food tastes like it was vegetarian. He could cook so good. So I just always love to cook. And then, you get tired of, eating out and the food is nasty. You're paying $20 and $30 for a platter. And I'm like, what is this? And one day I was like, I'm going to sell platters. I'm not going to lie. The first time I sold platters, I was not pleased. I didn't know that it was going to be a rush like that. My turkey wings wasn't tender. It just wasn't giving what I needed to give. It was the first run. But as I started to do it, then I have it down to a science.
okay.
So I started doing it, and like the money was good. It's a lot of work, but the money was good. So I just continued to sell the platters. So I would do it like every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while. Brunch is my favorite. So from there, people were just like, oh, well, I love your sliders. Like, can you make me some sliders for my party? I'm like, okay, make it. Then now, next thing I know, like this week, Christmas Eve, I have like 2 catering jobs. And on Christmas, I have like 4 catering jobs. It's small jobs, but I'm like, when I look back, I'm like, I never knew that selling platters was going to take me here. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Have you ever had a business idea that flopped?
No.
Wow.
No.
That's good.
I have a question.
No.
Do you ever feel like, all right, this is too much. One of these got to go.
So I did that. Well, as you know, that's how we met. I'm a licensed
Cut the
cosmetologist.
hair out.
I cut the hair out. Hair after a while, it just was too much, especially because I was doing hair out of my home and it's like hair everywhere and it's just dealing with people. I can't even say dealing with people, but I just started to like dislike doing hair. So I'm like, okay, out of all of these things that I have going on, this was before the catering, I'm like, what do I need to get rid of? Because at the end of the day, like I'm still a mom, and I still need to make time for her. And then at that time, I wasn't a clinical manager, but I still had a full-time job.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm getting rid of hair.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So how you balance that being your brand 24/7, playing that part, girl versus CEO? How you balance that?
And being a mom.
And a mom.
It's hard. So my daughter, like, that's my backbone, believe it or not. She is my rider. Like, she gets it. And it's funny because now I see her being a little like me. It's like she doesn't have to work, and she will work. She would DoorDash. I'm like, Okay, that's a mini me at her
She a
age.
hustler.
But like she helps me so much, and she never complains. Like it's to the point where I had to tell her like, okay, if you want to go out with your friends on the weekend, go out. Don't worry about my events. I have staff. We'll be okay. Like she always considered me first. So it's hard, but I learned to not. At one point, I would take 5 and 6 events on the weekend. I would take, and like I would be so stressed out, crying, like everything. Stuff is like I feel like when you take on too much, stuff go wrong. So I had to realize like, okay, your health comes first. You know, you need your rest. All of that stuff comes first. You know, just pace yourself. So now I pick and choose what I want to take. I'm not doing 4 and 5 events every weekend. I'm just not doing it.
What was your like hardest, like the one business that you feel like gave you like the hardest problem?
Event styling, because I can honestly say though, because I have a lot of friends in the event industry, it gets because you have like difficult clients, and sometimes your vision don't mesh with their vision, and it's like some people, they may still have like an old school vision for events, and like I'm trying to keep it like current and up to date. So it's like, not that you find yourself going back and forth, because I would never go back and forth with a client, because at the end of the day the goal is to satisfy them, but you try to like persuade them to do the things that's current, and you know, just be more modern, and just dealing with people that, you know, a lot of times, and it's sad to say, but in Philly, you know, people used to getting scammed. I know people personally who scam people, you know, for events. So now I feel like the ones that are good, we get all the backlash. You have people that's like so mean, like, well, I need to meet you in person, and I personally don't do in-person consults unless you're paying a fee, or unless it's like a really big event like a wedding. I don't just do personal consults if you want a baby shower. Now, again, if you want a personal in-person consult, we can. It's a fee. But you know, some people just don't respect the craft, and people don't want to pay the price, and event styling is a luxury. It's really expensive. Some people don't want to pay, and they're like, oh, that costs that much. Like chocolate covered treats alone is $400. Like, and you want to give me $1,000 for a 50 people party? That's not going to, but you know, some people honestly don't know, and it's okay, because everybody can't afford it, and it's fine. But you have some clients that's just like, oh my God. So that's, out of everything, like that's like the most stressful business that I have.
So what's your boss up playlist to get you in that mood?
Believe it or not, I like old school R&B. I listen to like Earth, Wind and Fire, Freddie Jackson.
Well, they're cracking up like, what?
No,
I know them.
Like I don't listen to, now every once in a while, if I'm like down, I may listen to like I love Lil Wayne, I love Jeezy. But for the most part, it's R&B, and it's where I even work out to R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, I love old school R&B.
Being a boss, this is for both of you. Being a boss, being that woman of power, does that make the dating pool hard? Does it make it hard to date because of?
So I'm not gonna say it makes it hard. It really depends on who you choose, who you're choosing as your mate. I've been in relationships where I've had their support 1,000%. That backs every play, that wants to see me win, that pushes me, that motivates me, that I can call crying, and they listen, dry the tears. We're not here for that. This is not what we do. And I've also been in a relationship where, oh, you busy again? You got events again? And I'm like, yeah, no. So it really honestly depends. I feel like it depends on myself, like who I choose to be with. But I've had the best of both worlds.
What about you, Monday? Or are you not even thinking about dating right now?
No, no, it's not hard. It's just, growing up, I've always just been reserved. So like, it just takes me a long time just to trust people in general, and that's just been me since I was younger. But it's not hard. You just, like you said, you just gotta know who you're dealing with, and also they have to also understand what you do, for a living. And if they can't respect that, they're not the one for you.
I remember my dad told one guy that I was dating, he said, you know, like, this is what she does. Like, this is, you a part of this now. If you want to be with my daughter, like, this is what we're going to be doing. This is what you're going to be doing on the weekend.
Loading and unloading.
So okay,
Daddy. Said, I'm going to get you right. All right, this is something kind of funny. If your story was a limited series on Netflix, who would play you, and what would your season finale look like?
What? Who would play me?
Who
like
would
an
play
actor?
You? Anybody. Who would play you? Limited series, Netflix.
I would say my daughter will play me, and the reason why I say that is because she's like my mini me. She's so much like me. And like I see me in her, like I'm like 18. Yeah, I was doing it at 18. They actually moved out at 18, so. But she not moving out. But what you say? What was the what?
Season finale.
Like the title of it?
Yeah, what would it look like? Like your season finale. How's it gonna end? This limited series, because this is it.
The end is like just bossing up. Like
Bossing
everything that I worked hard for, everything, all my goals, all my dreams just coming true, and just living the life that I was blessed with.
What about you, Monet?
Okay, so I got a few celebrity lookalikes that I've gotten in the past. The one that I get a lot is Lil Mama, so I feel like I gotta go with her.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be little Bow Wow next year for Halloween. But yeah, I'd probably say Lil Mama. She acts too, so I feel like that's probably a good one.
Okay.
And then, like you said, for the finale, probably just me with my family on an island somewhere, just having a good time. Just showing, all the hard work paying off, and me also, taking my family away, my friends away to just enjoy life. Seeing different places around the world. That's probably what I would want my finale to look like.
What's the most cringing mistake that you've made that you can laugh at now? It's like,
Trusting people.
That's a good one.
Trusting people.
Trusting people. Not everybody, but just learning, navigating, learning who to trust.
Cringing. Honestly, all right. All my friends make fun of me for I did Jimmy Fallon talk show when I was 13, and he had this random dancing segment. And so I did some random dance, and nobody knows. Like, obviously, like my friend that was there, his dad knows. Like, it was one kid on our team who did this one dance that we all just laughed at. And so whenever people see it, they don't know what it is. They're like, why were you dancing like that? I probably say that because every time they will just send it to me out of the blue, and I'm like, oh my god. So it'll probably be that. I
It was
can't
like a dance to a song.
Yeah, it was. So he was just like scream random dancing. You just had to do a dance for like 5 seconds. And so I did my friend's dance, and I would
never do that again.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
You guys, boss moves, always busy, traveling, doing things. What does a day off look like?
In the bed, watching Lifetime or Netflix, under the covers, relaxing with the phone on silent.
I feel like I don't have a day off.
No?
I feel like I do so much. So like, if I'm not pitching or working out, I do YouTube, I do streaming, and so my brain's always going. Like always coming up with new ideas on how to make my YouTube channel grow, how to make Twitch grow. I'm just always coming up. But if I don't have much to do throughout the day, probably sleeping. I watch a lot of YouTube. That's like my Netflix. But yeah, YouTube.
And it's crazy because even when I do like relax, I'm really not relaxing because I'm like, okay, I have events coming up. Let me see what centerpieces I want to do.
Yep.
Or I have this catering job. Let me do my food list. So it's like even though you're relaxed, it's still always something.
Yep.
Now, has there ever been a time that you've been super busy and forgot like a big event or something?
Something real important.
No,
I
I
guess
have
you
a
can.
daily
You gotta-
task. Like I have a daily task list. And if I don't write it on my daily task list, I will forget. Like literally Sunday through Friday, I have everything that needs to be done. If not, I'll forget because it's so much. And for me, like I get overwhelmed fast, so I have to be organized. Like I can't just get up on a Friday like, okay, I have to prepare for these events Saturday. No, like I have to start like weeks in advance to prepare, whether it's catering, whether it's whatever.
Gotcha.
Like I have to be like real organized.
Where's Marty? I want to hear the service. All right. Well, before we go, I have one final question. Like you and these questions.
Oh, you're good.
All right. And this could be in the field, in the boardroom. What would be one piece of main character advice? And I think Monique, you probably kind of already answered this, so maybe I direct this more to Kristen. What is the advice that you would give to Black girls who feels like their dreams are just too big to achieve?
I feel like no dream is too big. I feel like in life, kind of like what Monique said, like it's all in who you know, putting yourself out there, being uncomfortable sometimes, coming in, being in rooms that no one may look like you, or you may not know anyone. You know, just being around people that's like-minded. Sometimes as you grow, you may have to leave certain friends behind because not that you're better, but because you have different outlook on life, or you want more for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like anything, for me, I pray about everything. And my whole thing is, if I'm praying about it, let it go. Pray about it, let it go. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
I'd also say, like, praying and manifesting. A lot of people don't know, but like literally a year before Little League, I remember just sitting in the house watching the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Sports Awards, and I literally was talking to myself. I was like, I'm gonna be there 1 year. Like, I'm gonna do that. And a year later, I was presenting Derek Jeter with an award, and I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. So I would say, like, there's power in the tongue. And so if you're gonna speak something positive.
Never say I can't or I can't see, because you can do anything.
Write it down. Like, I write a lot down. Like, I got a new car this year, but I remember a year ago I was telling all my friends, like, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get this car. I wrote it down probably the day before I actually went to the dealership, and I got the car that I wanted too. So I do a lot of writing down, speaking it into existence, praying on it, and just keeping that tunnel vision for what you want to do, because like you said, no dream is ever too small. Like, nothing's ever too small. So always, stay prayed up.
So Monet, where can everyone follow your journey with Los Angeles to GM, WNBA?
Yeah.
How can we follow you moving forward?
My YouTube is just Monet Davis. My TikTok is Mo Davis 1. Instagram is Monet011. But Instagram is probably where I'm at the most, just because it's a little easier. And editing videos on YouTube can take a little minute, but just Instagram really. So I've been doing a lot on there. I've been posting a lot, doing a little giveaway for kids around the city. So
I heard about that, and I have a nonprofit youth organization, and I'd love to talk to you more about how maybe you could come and talk to the kids and give your insight. It's always good for other kids to see people that look just like them that's doing major things. All our kids want to be basketball players and football players, all that kind of stuff. But to see someone that looks just like them every day, you're so very humble, so very down to earth, coming right from the city, talking to these kids. I think it would be amazing, because it's almost like peer to peer. I don't have an adult that's done everything and has all this money. This is someone who's not far off from where I am, but has made big things. So I want to talk to you more after this. But I definitely thank you for coming. It's been nothing short of a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Kristen, for all our future bosses who want to tap into the serial entrepreneurship world, where can they find you in your latest ventures?
Instagram, K Madison Creations for my event stylist. My catering page is Kristen's Kitchen. The Nose Bar is Nose Mobile Bar. That's the perfume bar. And the healthcare agency is K Madison Cares.
Awesome.
Home care agency is K Madison Cares.
Awesome. Well, y'all heard it here. The dream is free, but the hustle costs. Monet and Kristen are living proof that you can change a game in whatever lane that you're in. So support Black women's sports, support Black businesses. Again, ladies, it's been nothing short of a pleasure having you here. I appreciate your time. And good luck with everything you do.
Thank you.
So much.
Guys out there, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment,
Share.
all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Bye.